Hello students, welcome back to the maths class. Today we are going to start our type number 2 questions. Already we have finished the definitions of the sets and how to represent the set into the form of roster method and set builder form. So these three things already we have covered. Now we are going to start today the types of set. It is our type number 2. So let us see the type each and every one by one. So first type is given here as empty set, means we can say a set can have a set do not have any element, then it is called as the empty set. And this kind of set normally we denote by a symbol phi, as you can see on your screen. Here also the symbol we have given to us, and here also the symbol is given to us phi, and this is also given symbol. The two curly brackets you can apply. Okay, this symbol is very easy to make. Make one small circle and then make a line from the circle. So this is a symbol of phi. So normally if a set do not have any element, then we say that it is an empty set. Okay, let us see some of the examples. First example is given here. You can see x belong to the set of natural number and the value of x lie from 2 to 3. Means the value of x should be more than 2 but lesser than 3, and as well as a number should be a natural number. So we require a number which lies between 2 and 3 and it should be a natural number. So both the condition could not be satisfied. Between 2 and 3 there are many numbers, but between 2 and 3 there is no natural number. So here we can say that whatever the conditions are given in the set, they create an empty set because there is no natural number lying between 2 and 3. Similarly, see the second example. They are saying x is a number and x cannot be equal to x. How is it possible? Mathematically, each and every time the number will be equal to itself. 2 will be equal to 2 and 3 will be equal to 3. So again this condition is false. There is no number which is not equal to itself. Similarly, let us see the third example. In the third example they are saying x belong to n and the value of x is lesser than 5 and the value of x is lesser than 7. Sorry, here I think greater than 7 should come. Okay, so we'll make correction. Here by mistake it is written lesser than 7. It should be greater than 7. Okay, so here they are saying value of x is less than 5 but the value of x is more than 7. So either one condition can be true at the same time. Natural numbers can be taken less than 5 also, and natural number can be taken more than 7 also. That is not a problem. But there is no natural number which can be lesser than 5 as well as greater than 7. So both how it is possible? It can be less than 5, then it can be 4, 3, 2, 1 and so on, right? But that numbers will not be more than 7, and if I take more than 7 it cannot be less than 5. So this is also an example of empty set. Similarly, see the fourth one, x belong to R, the value of x square is equal to minus 1. Tell me, do you find any number whose square is negative? You can search any number in the list of real numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers. Natural number and whole numbers are already positive, so their square will be always positive. But suppose if you take some integers like minus of 3, minus of 4, their square will also come positive. So here we can say that there is no number available whose square is minus 1 or negative. Okay, so here also we will get the empty set. Similarly, the fifth example they are saying x is a rational number and the value of x square is equal to minus of 2. Sorry, x square minus of 2 is equal to 0. So minus of 2 if I take onto that side, we can say that the value of x square will come here 2. Suppose if I take it on that side, so x square will be equal to 2 and therefore I can say that the value of x will be equal to under root of 2. However, plus minus sign will also come. So if we don't go about the plus minus sign, if we talk about under root of 2 only, can we say that root 2 is rational? Definitely not. because in 10th class only you have covered that kind of question where we have proved the root 2, root 3, root 5 is an irrational number. So again here the condition is given in such a way where we cannot insert a particular number. Okay. Similarly, see the part number 6. They are saying x is an even prime number greater than 2. We knows the even prime number there is only one, that is 2. And then after that whomsoever the prime number comes, they all are odd. So we do not have any even prime number which is more than 2. So again condition is false and we cannot put any element. Let us see the last example. In that they are saying x is a point common to the two parallel lines. Suppose that we have given that two parallel lines. Okay, this is my first line and this is my second line. Now tell me, do we have any common point between both of them? If a point lie onto the one line, it cannot lie onto the another line because both are parallel. If the two lines are intersecting, then we will have a common point between them. Okay, but here we can say that since lines are parallel, they do not have any common point and hence we cannot create a list of common point between them. Now let us see the question number 1. In the first question, see what they are saying to us. Which of the following examples of null set? First one, set of odd natural number divisible by 2. First of all tell me, is there any odd number divisible by 2? There is no odd number who is divisible by 2. So we can say that it is an empty set. We can say that it is an empty set because since we can say no odd number is divisible by 2, right? So we can say that there is no odd number who can be divisible by 2. Now similarly, let us see the part number 2nd. In the part number 2nd, see what they are saying to us. In the part number 2nd, they are saying set of even prime numbers. Okay, fine. Prime numbers, who are they? Those who are divisible by themselves only. Okay, in that some are odd and only one is even. Who is the even prime number? Here we can say that in this set we will get only one prime number, that is 2, and therefore we can say it is non-empty set. Okay, this will be non-empty because at least one element is lying over there, so this will be non-empty set. Similarly, let us see the part number 3rd. In the part number 3rd, they are saying x is a natural number, x belong to n, and the value of x is more than 1 but less than or equal to 2. See the sign here, it is given less than or equal to 2. If it is given less than 2, then 2 could not be taken. But since here sign is given less than or equal to 2, we can take one element in the set A, that would be 2, because number should be more than 1. So 1 can't be taken, but it can be less than or equal to 2. So less than or equal to 2, 2 will be an element who is natural number as well. So we can say that this will be also non-empty set. Okay, so we can write down the answer here, non-empty set. Now similarly, next part is x belong to n, and we have given that one equation. With the help of this equation we need to find out the value. So see in rough, what equation we have given here? 2x plus 3 is equal to 4. Okay, so if I solve it further, 2x will be equal to 4 minus 3, means it will remain 1. So we can say that the value of 2x will be equal to 1, and therefore the value of x is here 1 by 2. Right? Now I am getting the value of x is equal to 1 by 2, but 1 by 2 is not a natural number. So therefore what we can say, it is empty set. Okay, because we got only one element here, and that element is, since it is not natural number, so it is not following the second condition, and hence it will be a empty set. Similarly, see the part number 5. X is prime and value of x is more than 90 but less than 96. So prime numbers, we shall take integers here, 91, 92. Okay, so let us see, out of 91 to 95 who are prime. 91, it is divisible by 13 as well as 7. 92, even number, so it is divisible by 2. Similarly, 93, it is divisible by 3. 94, even number. 95 is divisible by 5, and 96 again an even number. So we can say that no prime number will be there. So value of C will be equal to here 5. So it will be an empty set. There is no prime number we are getting in the list 91 to 95. So this will be also empty set. Okay. Similarly, let us see now next question. Next part is given here. D is equal to x belong to n and the value of x square plus 1 is equal to 0. See, this question already we have seen in the example. So what we have given here, x square plus 1 is equal to 0. This is the given equation. Okay. Now, first, if I go further, so I can say that the value of x square is equal to minus 1. So I required such kind of number whose square is coming negative. So that is not possible. Although value of x square is coming here minus 1, so it will not belong to the set of natural number. So we can say that therefore the given set is an empty set. So D is an empty set, right? Because we got the value of x square as negative, and any negative value is not a part of natural number. Let us see the part number 7. Let us set E we have given here. X belong to the set of whole number and the value of x plus 3 is less than or equal to 3. See, this inequality we have given here now. The inequality we can solve like an equation. So for example, if I take the inequality here, x plus 3 less than or equal to 3. So 3 I will send on that side. Okay, this is my x plus 3 is my LHS and 3 is my RHS. So 3 I am sending on that side. So it can be x plus 3. 3 is going on that side. So less than or equal to 3 minus 3. Okay, 3 minus 3 will be equal to 0. So value of x is coming here less than or equal to 0. So they are saying the value of x can be either less than 0 or equal to 0. Means what can be the value of x here? 0, minus 1, minus of 2, minus of 3 and so on. But we have given that one more condition, x belong to the set of whole number. So if I mix both the conditions, I can say that the set E will contain one element, that is 0, because 0 is, here we have set x is less than or equal to 0. So equal to 0, if I take that element, 0 is an whole number also. So it satisfies both the conditions, and hence we can say that the E will be non-empty set. So answer can be written here, E is non-empty set. Okay. Now let us see the next part. Next part is given here, x belong to q. Q means what here? Q is a set of all rational number. Okay, remember, for example, you know it, the set of natural number is denoted by n. Set of all whole number we denote by w. Similarly, set of all rational number we denote by the symbol q. Now they are saying the value of x is more than 1 but the value of x is lesser than 2. Okay, means the value of x lie between 1 and 2. So we can say here, since rational numbers, there are many rational numbers who can lie between 1 and 2. For example, 1.5. 1.5 if I write down in decimal, sorry, in the form of rational number, so I can write down this is 15 upon 10. Similarly, 1.4 we can write down 14 upon 10. So see, there are many rational numbers between 1 and 2. So we can write down the answer in this manner. Since there are infinite number between infinite rational number, we should write down here, infinite rational number between any two numbers. Okay, so therefore we can say that F is non-empty set. F will be also non-empty set. Okay, because it contains infinite numbers. Similarly, g is equal to 0. So see, 0 you don't consider as a non-element. 0 is also one of the elements. However, mathematically there is no role of when we add 0, when we subtract 0 over there. But as an element, as a number, we shall consider this one as an element. So we can say that since g is containing one element, so we can say here, since g has one element, 0. Okay, therefore G is non-empty set. Okay, so this way we can say that we can find out the sets are empty or non-empty. Okay, in the examination, write down the answer in the best possible manner. Means if it is empty or if it is non-empty, you should be reasonable about your answer. Let us see now the question number second. In the second question, see what we have given. Again, in the second question, we have to study a different definition or a different kind of set. So now we are going to see the second type of set, that is called as here singleton set. Singleton, the word itself make clear a set contain only one element is called as the singleton set. We have seen lot of example earlier where in some of the set there was no element, in some of the set there are infinite elements, some of the set contains some finite number of elements, and some set contain only one element. So we can say these all are all sets will be the example of singleton set if they are containing only one element. Okay, so see the examples. 0 is given in the curly bracket. Just now we have seen the last part is a singleton set whose only one element is 0. Second example, they are saying x square is equal to 4 and the value of x belong to n. So remember, if I say I have an equation, the value of x square is equal to 4. So what can be the value of x here? See, 4 I can write down actually square of 2, and square if I cancel, I can say that the value of x will be plus minus of 2. But since here we have given that the value of x belong to the set of natural number, so therefore out of plus and minus of 2 they have selected only plus 2. But at least one element came over here. Since only one element is coming here, we can say that it is a singleton set. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you what is the meaning of singleton set. Singleton set means it contains only one element. Let us see in the similar way question number 2, first part. They are saying x square is equal to 4 and x belong to the set of integer. Z means set of integer. So first I will take the equation x square is equal to 4. So I can say that in the similar manner value of x square will be equal to 2 square. Okay, and square if I cancel, then possibility of plus and minus will come. So value of x will be equal to plus minus of 2. Okay, so we can say that therefore the value of x is either 2 or it can be minus of 2. Second condition is given there, the x belong to the set of integer. So here whatever the value I got, these both the values are integers. So we can say that therefore this set, for example this set, if I give the name as A, this set A contain two element 2 comma minus of 2, and since it contain element more than 1, so we can say that A is not singleton set. Okay, now similarly let us see the second part. In the second part again we have given the equation x plus 5 is equal to 0. So let us take x plus 5 is equal to 0. So now if 5 I sent onto that side, value of x is here minus 5, and tell me minus 5 is an integer or not? Yes, definitely. So it belongs to the set of integer. So I can say that here this set, if I say it is set B, so B will be equal to, we got here one element minus 5, and since we got only one element, therefore B is a singleton set. Okay, so in the examination you can write down the answer in this manner. First of all you can give the reason why it is singleton or why it is not singleton. So a description written in the beginning that makes it clear. Similarly, let us see the third example, third question. X belong to the set of integer and mod of x is equal to 1. Mod I have explained you earlier. Mod means it makes the value negative to positive. If it is already positive, it keeps it is positive only. Okay, so tell me which values can be there of x, who can give you the value of their mod is equal to 1. So for example, if I write down the elements of C, see one value I can take 1 because mod of 1 is equal to 1. But if I take minus of 1, minus 1 mod is also equal to 1. And 1 and minus 1 both are integer also. So C will contain here two elements 1 and minus 1 because both 1 and minus 1 satisfying the two condition, x is an integer and their mod value should be equal to 1. So we can say that here C is not a singleton set. Why? Because it contains more than one element. So C is not a singleton set. Now similarly let us see the next question part. Yes, now the next part is given here, x belong to n and the value of x square is equal to 16. So see, x square is equal to 16. 16 I can write down as 4 square as I written earlier, and square if I cancel, so value of x will be equal to plus minus of 4. Okay, so I got here value of x is either plus 4 or minus 4, but since the value of x should be a natural number also, so I can say that this set D will contain only one element, that is 4, because 4 is one of the answer of the x as well as it is a natural number, and therefore we can say that D is a singleton set. Okay, so we have written this one as a singleton set. Last one, x is an even prime number. Can you tell me the even prime number? Definitely you will speak here 2. Okay, so 2 is the only even prime number, and see it contain only one element. So we can say that therefore E is a singleton set. Right, now let us see the next question. Okay, I hope singleton set meaning is clear and you can identify easily now after the values. Let us see the question number third now. In the third question, what we have given, first of all, we shall see one again the types of set that is called as equal set. Equal set means what? Equal set means those two sets will be called as equal if they have exactly the same elements. Same elements means the suppose I say I have one set A. For example, here if I write down one set 1, 2, 3 and 4, okay, and set B if I write down, so set B is I am writing as here 4, 1, then 3 and then 2. So observe A and B have the same element but their orders are different. So here order doesn't matter. They can appear in a different order, but if I say that set A and B contain exactly the same element and number of elements are also same, we can say they are equal set. One example is given along with the definition. See, they are saying A is equal to set of the letter in the word follow. So suppose that if I write down the value of A from here, okay, so what can be the value of A? I will write down all the letters from the word follow, but I will not repeat the letters. So one letter will come here F, second letter will come here O, third letter will come here L, okay, then O again is coming and L is coming again, that we can leave it, and last letter will be W. Similarly, if I write down the letter of the set B, that is given set of the letter in the word wolf, so first one is W, second one is O, third one is L and fourth one is F, because their each and every letter is coming one time only. Now you observe A and B contain exactly the same element. Number of elements are also same. So in both the cases we can say that set A and B are equal. Some remarks we have given here. So this remark you need to remember. They are saying the element of set may be listed in any order, as I told you earlier. 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2, 1 we shall treat in the similar manner. And second remark is the repetition of element in a set has no meaning. Means however in a set we don't repeat the element. But suppose in the question they are repeating the elements over there and they are comparing with another set who do not have the repetition. So we will say here these two sets are equal because repetition we shall ignore. So for example, from this set we shall remove this one and this 2 we shall remove it, and we'll say yes it contain 1, 2 and 3 and this set is also contain 1, 2 and 3. So we can say yes these two sets are equal. Let us see the question number third. Which of the following pair of sets are equal set? So suppose if I write down the elements of set A, okay, first of all we shall list out the element of set A in the roster form. So first element is A, second is L, third one is O and last one is Y. Similarly, if I list out the elements of set B, so that is L, O, Y and then A. Again L is coming, that we shall leave it. So observe here A is coming, here also A is coming. Y and O are here also and there also. And same way L and B are given to us. So we can say that A and B are the equal set. Similarly, let us see the second part. In the second part, what we have given? C is the letter in the word cataract and D is the set of the letter in the word tract. Okay, so let me write down the elements of C first. That will be C, A, T, then leave it A, then R, then A we can leave it, already came. C we can leave it, again it has come already. Okay, so C, A, T, R, these four elements will come, right? Similarly, I will write down the elements of set D. That will be first one is T, then R, then A and then C and T already came. Sorry, C I have not written. C I will write down here T, R, A and then C, right? And T already came, so that I will leave it. Observe T and R here also coming, they are also coming, and similarly C and A are also coming over there. So C and D are equal set, right? Part number third, x belong to Z and the value of x square is less than or equal to 4. Means you have to select those integer whose square is less than or equal to 4. So see, I will write down some integer value here. You tell me it is right or not. For example, suppose I take 0. So tell me 0 square will be equal to 0. So that is less than 4. Similarly, I can take 1 and minus 1. Both the squares will be less than 4. And 2 and minus 2 also I can take because their square is equal to 4. Condition is given less than or equal to 4. Similarly, if I take the second set here f, they are saying value of x square is equal to 4. So see, x square is equal to 4. So x square is equal to 2 square and the value of x will be here. We can say plus minus of 2, right? Now the value of x is given here integer. So here I am getting the two values 2 and minus 2 and both are integers. So I can write down the set f is equal to 2 and minus 2, right? Now compare the set E and F. Set E contain three more elements 0, 1 and minus 1. So I can say that E is not equal to set F. Okay, now let us see the part number 4th. In the part number 4, see what we have given that G is clearly mentioned minus 1 comma 1. So the set H we need to find out here. In that equation is given to us x square minus 1 is equal to 0. So minus 1 if I send on that side it will be square of 1, or I can say that the value of x is equal to plus minus of 1, right? So plus 1 and minus 1 both are integer and we have given that x should be an integer. So I can say that the set H is equal to two elements are there 1 comma minus 1, and already in the question we have given that set G is equal to minus 1 comma 1. So now observe their elements are equal. So we can say that set G and H are equal. Last part what they are saying, J is given to us, okay, and in the set K we have given that one equation x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. We need to find out the values of x from this equation and then we shall pick up only integer value out of that. So let me solve this equation. X square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now I know that the multiplication should be 6 and addition should be 5. So I am taking two factors here, 2x and 3x. Okay, then plus 6 will be as it is. Now if I solve it further, so from first two terms I can take x common, remaining is x plus 2, and from the last two terms I can take 3 common, remaining is here again x plus 2, right? X plus 2 is common from both the terms and remaining is here x plus 3. This you all knows, in the class 10 you have done lot of question like this. So what I can say, the value of x is here, one is minus of 2 and second one is minus of 3. So here I can say that the element of set K will be equal to, remember, out of minus 2 and minus 3 I need to take only integer values. So both are integers, both can be taken. So minus of 2 comma minus of 3. Similarly, the set J we have given here 2 comma 3. So see, number of elements are same but 2 and minus 2 will be different. Sign difference is there. So we can say that here therefore the set K is unequal with set J. Okay, so this way we have completed the questions of equal set. Now let us see the next question. Next I am taking here question number 4th. Now see, in the fourth question what we have given. In the fourth question, now they are talking about equivalent set. So what is the meaning of equivalent set? Equivalent set is very similar to the equal set, but in the equal set, the number of elements and the element should be same. Here, the two set will be called as the equivalent set if their number of elements are same. Means, for example, suppose if I given that set A is equal to, if I say A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 elements we have given. And B is equal to, I have given elements A, comma B, then C and D. Okay. Now one thing tell me, definitely A and B will be unequal because elements are different over there. But one thing you note, the number of elements in set A and number of element in set B are same. Suppose if I say here the number of element we denote by n, we write down in the small letter, and in the bracket we write down A. This kind of notation you have seen last year in the chapter of probability. Similarly, n of B is also equal to 4. So we can say that since the number of element in both the sets are equal, we can say they are equivalent set. Okay. So let us see some of the questions over here. One remark is given here. Equal sets are always equivalent, but equivalent set need not to be equal. Okay, that is not compulsory they will be equal, but if two sets are equal, they will be definitely equivalent set. In the lower classes, I think you have covered some definitions like that congruent triangles and similar triangles, right? So congruent triangles would be definitely similar, but similar triangles need not to be congruent. The same definition apply over here on equal and equivalent set. Okay, so let us see the first part. In the first part you observe the value of n of A means number of element of set A. How many elements are there? 3 elements are there. Similarly, n of B is also containing 3 elements. It is clearly mentioned. So we can say that therefore A and B are equivalent set. Okay, let us see the second one now. Second one they are saying x belong to n and the value of x is less than 3. So means we require those numbers who are natural and below 3. So I think only two numbers will come, 1, 2. But if I talk about set D, so see here also we require the number below 3, but this time the value of x is given here whole number. So 3 elements will come, 0, 1 and 2. So here I can say that number of element in the set C are 2, while the number of element in the set D are 3. So we can say that therefore C comma D are not equivalent because the number of elements are not matching over here. So they are not equivalent set. Okay, now let us see the next part. In the next part, what we have given that? We have given here part number 3rd, which is the last part of this type. And E set is given here, A, E, I, O, U, set of vowels. So here we shall talk about the number of element in the set E, that will be equal to 5. And number of element in the set F, that will be also 5 here. So what we can say that therefore E comma F are equivalent set. Okay, now let us see the next question. So next question I am taking as question number 5. Okay, now two more questions we have to finish. So let us see quickly these two questions. First of all, see the question number 5. In the 5th question, see what we have given here. Finite and infinite set. Remember these all types of set only we are studying one by one. Okay, so finite and infinite set. As the word it's clear, Finite set, it will contain countable number of elements, means we can count, and infinite set means it will contain infinite number of elements that is not possible to count. For example, the stars in the sky, okay, that we cannot count over here, that is not possible, so that will be infinite set. For an finite set means the student studying in your class, that will be finite set. Let us see the definition once. An empty set or a non-empty set in which the process of counting of element surely comes to an end. Process of counting of element surely comes to an end is called a finite set. A set which is not finite is called infinite, means where the process doesn't end and it is keeps on going and going over there. That kind of set will be called as here infinite set. The number of distinct elements contained in a finite set A is denoted by n of A, that already we knows. Okay, example of finite set. See the first one. A is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Here clearly number of elements are only 6. Set of all letters in the English alphabet, they are 26 only. C set is given here, x square is equal to 36. So if we solve it, you know it, that will come minus 6 comma 6. Finite. Set of all person and set of all animals on earth. Remember, here it will confuse you whether set all persons will be finite or not. See, this is task is very huge to count the number of person. Okay, but normally we say no, in the India there are now 140 crore persons over there, and we are very equivalent to the population of China. So here we are giving some figure, so it means that it is a countable number of elements, and hence set of all persons will be always finite set. Similarly, set of all animals, we say the number of tigers and lions are very available in a very small number. Okay, tigers and lions, I think they are only 1500. So same way here also we are giving them as a countable number of elements. So remember, set of all person and animals will be here finite set. Similarly, example of infinite set. Let us read them. Set of all points on the arc of a circle is an infinite. Means suppose if I draw one arc on the circle, then arc will contain definitely infinite number of points. Suppose if I draw one arc over here like this, now tell me how many points are coming. Can you count? Not possible. So this will be infinite set. Set of all points on a line segment. Again, line segment will also contain infinite number of points, and hence it will be infinite set. Set of all circle passing through a given point. If I say that if I have one point, how many circles can pass through the point A? So since there will be infinite number of lines can pass through the point A, there will be infinite circle also who can pass through the point A. Set of all straight line parallel to the given line. Now we can draw infinite number of lines who are parallel to the given line, and hence this will be also infinite number of element. Set of all positive integral multiple of 5. Integral means integer given over there. So there are how many multiples of 5? 5, 10, 15, 20 and so on. So there will be infinite numbers who are multiple of 5, and hence these are the infinite elements. Similarly, the last one, each of the set n, z, q and r. N is a set of natural number, then z is the set of integer, q is a set of rational number, and r is a set of real number. They all contain infinite number of elements. So let us see now question number 5. Tell me first of all, part number 1, set of all triangles. Can you draw countable number of elements in a plane? No, because you know that the plane space is infinite, and since we have the available infinite space, we can draw definitely infinite number of triangles. So here we can say that set number of triangles would be infinite. Okay, so therefore we can say that A is infinite set, right? Set B, set of all points on the circumference of circle. Now suppose if I say this is a circumference of the circle, how many points can be there, right? If I ask you how many points can be there on the circumference of circle, there will be infinite number of points. Okay, because circle is made up by infinite number of points, so we can say that on since on circumference contains, here on will not come, on we can cancel, circumference contain infinite points, infinite points, therefore B is also infinite, right? Now let us see the part number third. In the part number third, set of all line parallel to the y-axis. So see, this is also infinite. Okay, so now reason I am not writing because it will take some time, so I will say that here C is infinite because parallel to the y-axis or parallel to any line there will be infinite line we can draw. So here we can say that C is also infinite set. Set of all leaves on a tree. See, don't be confused. Okay, as we know that set of animals, set of all persons are finite, set of all leaves on a tree is also finite. Okay, so here we can say that number of leaves are countable, because see, this process definitely will come to an end if you start this process. Okay, you know that this process is difficult. Okay, counting the number of leaves will not be so easy task, but this process will be definitely comes to an end, so we can say that number of leaves are countable, therefore D is finite set. Okay, set of all positive integer greater than 500. So if I write down the elements of set E greater than 500 positive integers, that will be 501, 502, okay, 503 and so on. It will goes up to infinite, so we can say that therefore E is infinite set, right? Now let us see in the similar way, some couple of parts are remaining. So part number 6, value of x lie between 0 to 1 and it will be a real number. So we know that between two numbers there would be infinite numbers, right? So we can say here this set will be, set F is infinite set, F is infinite. Now in the similar way, x is less than 1 and x is belonging to the integer. So below 1, who are the integer values? That is 0, minus 1, minus of 2 and then so on. Again it is going up till infinite. So we can say that G is infinite set. Okay, similarly see here, x belong to z, part number 8. They are saying in the part number 8 x lie between minus 15 to plus 15. So between minus 15 to plus 15, who are the integer value, because x is also integer, that will be minus 14, minus 13, minus of 12, then dash 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 will go, one element 0 will come, then 1, 2 dash dash dash, it will be go up till 14. So see, these all elements are countable. If you try to count, there will be 20, 30 elements can be there. So we can say that therefore H is finite set. Okay. Now let us see the part number 9. X belonging to the set of natural number and it is prime. So see, if I try to write down all prime numbers who are natural, so I will write down first 2, then 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and so on. These are all prime numbers, but it is going up till infinite. So we can say that therefore J is infinite set. Right? I am doing it little quickly because these questions are again simple. The real questions of the set is yet to come. Okay, so these are simple short answer questions. Now I think remaining only two parts that we can finish quickly. X is odd and X belong to the set of natural number. So set K will be equal to odd number as well as natural. So 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. So here I can say that K is infinite, and similarly if I go to the last part, they are saying set of all circle passing through origin. So we have seen in this section only if the number of circles passing through a given point. So here given point can be origin also. So we can say that again L is also infinite set. You can write down the reason as we have written earlier. So here answer I am writing L is infinite set. Okay, now let us see the last question. Quickly we'll finish the last question. It is a very short question over here. Question number 6. Yes, rewrite the following statement using set notation. Means we have to use the mathematical symbol and write down the notations over there. A is an element of set. So how we can write down A belongs to set A. Belongs to symbol, I will make it proper. Yes, A belong to set A. B is not an element of set A. Means B does not belong to set A. Sorry, I thought B is there. B does not belong to set A. A is an empty set. Means A is equal to, you can write down either 5 or you can write down the curly bracket open, curly bracket close. But use symbol of 5 only. That will be more comfortable to you. And B is non-empty set. So B is not equal to 5. So students, we have finished all the questions of type number 2. In that we have seen the types of set, different types of sets we have covered: finite, infinite, equal set, equivalent set, okay, empty set. So many types we have covered today. I hope it is clear to you. Now next time we shall study about some more methods of the sets. Now slowly we are going into the deep of the topic. So this whatever the things we are studying, it will be useful for you in the other chapter as well. So next time we shall see some more methods of the types of set.